of AGAFIIRE Mwiki. My name is Elijah Kelvin Murungi, and I hope each and everyone that is out there, you've had a very, very beautiful week. Of course, it has been the Matters week, and we're going to be having those celebrations tomorrow. And I hope some of you that are believers in the Matters, you've already made your way to Namugongo. But also those that are not in Namugongo, I think there's going to be a very, very special arrangement for you to be in position to have all these updates live on Elkem television of about what is going to be happening in Namugongo. Again, a very good evening to you all, and I want to welcome you all to this edition of AGAFIIRE Mwiki, and also where we have a news digest, a roundup of all these news that have been making headlines around the week, but also to let you know about some of the things that have been happening in the different parts of the country. Again, with me on the analysis today, I have the gentleman actually. Next to me is MC Gad, who has been quite lost on AGAFIIRE Mwiki. I think you were not around in the last one.
Yeah, I wasn't around. I like 2 weeks when I'm not around, but
yeah, you've been hunting for news.
I've been cooking something for our viewers.
Okay.
Now, what I've been cooking is ready.
It's ready.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, and Moses and Amma, you can send the microphone.
Thank you very much, our viewers, and thank you for coming back from that sports edition with me and our guest as well. So you are as well much welcome to join us again for this program.
All right, before you pass on the microphone, our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is AGAFIIRE Mwiki. Of course, we are proudly sponsored by Elkem Production Limited, and we are saying you can reach out to us for comprehensive branding, graphic designing, video production, and all sorts of TV production. We are located in Masindi, that is in junior quarters, that is at Kabarwan Road in Masindi town. And also today we are live. We are live where? At Elkem Media Services.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see our background. We are in the grounds, of course, enjoying this fresh air, and I hope you're going to be having a very, very good moment right here. So now we're going to start with sports today. Yeah, I think let us start with sports today. Though there are quite a lot of things that have been making headlines, which one of them has been sports. So Moses and the leagues, Ugandan leagues, most of them came to an end. Yeah, the Ugandan leagues, and also going to the international games. Tomorrow we are having the finals between the Red Devils and these boys of Man City that turned Arsenal blue. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Actually, most leagues have come to an end, and we are left with some few, but the matches left are even not more than 2, as well as they are coming to an end.
Okay.
So it has been actually a long journey. I think leagues started all the way back. They are played for a number of months, but they have come to an end, and as per now, most teams are now planning ahead of next season, which is going to start probably by around mid-August there, including our own, that's the Big League and the Uganda Premier League, and some clubs have been in position to celebrate the victory, especially those that have emerged champions in their respective leagues. Starting right away from our own Bunyoro region here, Kitara Football League based in Hoima, and here in the Bunyoro sub-region, they have actually emerged the champions of that is Big League, as well as Vipers that have emerged the champions of that is the Uganda Premier League, and they're actually planning tomorrow also. They want to take that is Stanbic Cup, that's Uganda Cup. They want to take it. So we pray that they can take it because they have their funds and they have all what they Mulindwa actually said this time around. He doesn't want to leave anything besides, because for the secondary association we saw again the same, that St. Mary's Kitende, they took it. So they have taken for secondary, they have taken the Premier League. Again, they want to take, that's the Uganda Cup. So I think if they are to take Uganda Cup tomorrow, definitely they'll have triple. Yeah, they'll have triple this season, which is worth celebrating. So our local leagues here have actually ended, as well as we are left with the fifth division. They are only left with one match. I think they are also coming to an end. Premier has ended where Man City emerged victorious and they have taken the trophy after Arsenal staying on the table for all that long, but they say we can't manage it, please. You can take over, and they handed it over.
I'm not going to have so much things to say about Arsenal because the affiliation, the affiliation I have with the team.
Yes.
But also, I think we need to congratulate Arsenal.
Yeah,
You
they have
see,
tried
after
indeed.
all that match, and then you merge the second in the Premier League, in the English Premier League.
Which
But
is
also,
not
not
easy.
only that, and you qualify for the Champions League. I think for us, Arsenal, that is more of a trophy being in the Champions League.
I
this
think you
season.
can also as well organize the party for yourself.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
finishing in second position,
Yeah.
which is not easy.
Know that I'm speaking against Arsenal, but them going to the UEFA Champions League, they are just going there for a meantime. After group stages, they're coming back to their normal ladies' night. Yeah, after group stages. Trust me.
What is the ladies' night?
Europa League. And I think this time they should not even put it on DSTV because there's no big team there. That time it was on DSTV because of Manchester United and Ronaldo playing Europa. So, but Arsenal don't mind. As you're going to Europa, we shall be continuing to the knockout in Champions League.
That's Manchester United. Elijah,
Well, that is
Elijah-
Manchester United, and
Elijah has
I
had
do
it.
not have a lot of kind words for supporters of Manchester United.
Yeah.
Simply because you see they are the kind of people that want to bite what they cannot swallow.
Actually, as you talk, Manchester United fans here in Kiatiri, they're organizing a party ahead of tomorrow's game, and meeting was ongoing. That even if they are beaten by Manchester City tomorrow in FA Cup,
They have
but
to
it is worth
celebrate either
celebrating their Carabao Cup which they took.
But
So-
anyway, for what Manchester United is winning, we have won it over the years. The FA Cup, it's on record. At least we've been there.
You are
We
still
have quite a
leading.
number of them.
Yes.
In our cupboard. Yes, the
During
trophies.
Wenger's era.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, our viewers that are watching us live on LKM TV. Thank you for keeping it live on LKM TV. Of course, that has been a bit of the sport updates here on LKM television. But also, Moses, I'm quite interested in what has it been for Bunyoro in this sports league, because as you do a show that is LKM Sport.
True.
What are basically some of the achievements we've had as Bunyoro?
Thank you very much. Actually, as Bunyoro, I think in terms of sports, we have achieved a lot. One, our own team, that's Kitara Football Club, based here in Hoima and Bunyoro region. We have been in position to get a team that is representing us in the Premier League. They are not going only to represent, but they are going to compete. And we shall have some of those players whose son or whose son here in Masindi or Hoima, we shall be watching them and even seeing them. Time will come where even some clubs outside Uganda will come and buy them, where talents from Bunyoro shall go across the border. So we have achieved. We have seen Kitara going to Uganda Premier League. That's a very big achievement for us as people of Bunyoro. It is worth celebrating. Secondly, Boma, our own team here, has been in a position to maintain and remain in a big league. Though they finished in 7th division, 7th position, but next season, let's support them and ensure that they go to Premier League, and we have at least 2 teams. We pray that Kitara should also remain there and remain. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Moses, and Thomas, for that sport update. That is, I think, for us as Bunyoro, we have done our best.
We have done.
The best
True.
because honestly, being the carriers, we are the carriers of the big league. That particular trophy, I think it is some backchain for us as Bunyoro. But also, some of our teams coming up, I have seen quite a number of teams, for example, St. George.
Yeah. St. George, Dove.
Is currently second
Mm.
on their table, and they're going to be having their final game.
Yes.
They're going to do their best.
Yes.
I think that is quite good. They are challenging the system.
True.
The people that have been there. But also, I've had good news from Kirasa.
Yes.
Kirasa FC, they are also a very good team that is coming up. All right, for us, we continue to pledge at LKM Television and also the media services that we shall continue to transform tomorrow's sport. But also, we shall start to engage people with other games, probably the netball or the basketball, cricket, from zero. See how we can also be in position to improve now. Now, this particular week we've been speaking Matters Day.
Yes.
For the Christians out there, they have been trekking. They've been trekking. People trek from Poto, Mbarara, Masindi. Actually, our people from Masindi, they reached on Friday. On Friday, that is last week. On Friday,
Today's a Friday. They reached today.
Arrived at Namugongo last week on Friday. We've also seen people from northern Uganda also trekking. But there is something special about let me start with MC guy about these trekkers. Like honestly, what do you think they are feeling as they are moving?
Actually, remember when you're doing something, as people these days say, having vibe. When you have vibe for something, even if it is tiresome, you can feel it. And what I know, these people, they have a belief that if they trek up to Namugongo, that they will be having more blessings than using vehicles. But according to me, if I'm to travel by bus and again travel by even the person who's trekking, we shall all have equal blessings. Because I know those martyrs died, and they had just had to foot. People who killed them had to make them foot up to Namugongo. But that was during that time of the slave trade and that time of killing the martyrs and the colonial time. Transport means were poor. But now things are developed. Even someone can decide to be airlifted up to Namugongo. I don't know why, like, put yourself in pain. Actually, the person you're feeling pain for is more of a ghost. They don't believe in it. Actually, me, I don't believe in saints. Because even me, I can wake up and say, yeah, now I'm Saint Atwin.
And then you kill yourself somewhere in the name of
not killing myself.
Christianity.
In this era we are in, no one can do that. Even if I'm telling Andama, you want to become the honorable of Kibanda, you die for it. He cannot accept. Actually, in Bugoma, there was a guy calling himself Jesus. They told him on Holy Thursday, we are going to crucify you, so that on Easter, you resurrect. The guy, he ran to police for rescue.
Yeah, you remind me of a video that I watched. I think it was international. It was outside Uganda. And then there is this person who was, you know how these people move? They trek on, I don't know what day is that? Easter. Easter. And then when they trek, at the end of the day, they... this guy that was meant to be the Jesus carrying the cross, they started caning the guy. The guy got annoyed and he started kicking people.
You can cane because I just came
in
out
the name
of sacrifice.
In the name of sacrificing. All right, MC God, we're going to be picking it from there. Let us go for a very, very short break, a musical break, and when we return, we're going to continue with AGAFIIRE Muwiki. Of course, we're still looking at the Matters Day celebrations.
Roni dadoni ya yendat Kisangane taroni tindagami Moze maji chingutumireo Ebyefuna byomunyoro kisigikira kisambi kyabori Ebyefuna byomunyoro kisigikira kisambi kyabori Oboswera wemikiso kufuna wekisambi yekibizibu koiga Kiba kisambi kyabori Kisambi kyabori Kiba kisambi kyabori Kisambi kyabori Nkateba sweet bada Shukunyumirwe kisambi kyomwana kinekaneka Binu byona byokurora Lubifuna habwekiye kisambi hendara Kikanaba kahyana tokirora Kikunyirira nkakate kumunyankole Kya brown chikaijule migisa Nkateba kanamba yenu bajaji Kasukali kange mata habwoki Abori nkwete samani Okaijane kisambi kiemali Hamulimo tikyatura nibinsara nkabuli Kisambi kiaboli Kisambi kiaboli Ebyefuna byomunyoro kisigikira Kisambi kiaboli Ebyefuna byomunyoro kisigikira Kisambi kiaboli Oboswera wemikiso kufuna wekisambi yekyebizibu koiga Kiba kisambi kiaboli Kisambi kiaboli Kiba kisambi kiaboli oboswera w'emigiso ozifuna kasento kakwata tikataisuka ebizibu bubijja tibikwanula akisambya kubyamya na budabuda niwaija n'emigisa n'obworora n'ozifuna mukwate nk'ekikwatika obwakolima tozifuna oboswera w'ebizibu gawalayo siba n'omataara n'ebyokora byonna tojangulula ebisiranina nti birondora. She's the girl that I love, gonna make me a sentia body. Never leave by my side from bottom to top. Our love we are leading a body. Worry bad. Kisambi kya boli. Ebyefuna by'omunyoro kisigikira kisambi kya boli. Ebyefuna by'omunyoro kisigikira kisambi kya boli. Oboswera w'emigiso kufuna wekisambi ekyebizibu kuyiga. Kiba kisambi kya boli. Kisambi kya boli. Kiba kisambi kya boli. Kisambi kya boli. Okufuna boli tikisangika akukwate mikisa na kusensera noboba hamulimo nakusabira abakune mindi niyo basindika kukulora nginika ninseka bakazabandisi
Serena tonight. Double beat together, money a little and they come targeti. Money nyanda la listi, eri masti. Kapoka yo aseti, wena kujole nka kombati. Ndiyo gadgeti, nka fande na beneti. For the rest of my life, njago kwenda mpaka. For the rest of my life, njago kwenda mpaka. One thing I won't seek attention. You're my person, all over. You're my sweet over. Follow you, I go follow. Oh, won't seek a like a maginento. Color you, I go call you. Dana, ukunku kweta my baby dana. Wina kuija my painkiller baby dana. Baby do me. Ni waniba sekiro mwitu for the rest of my life. Njago kwenda mpaka. For the rest of my life. Njago kwenda mpaka. My darling, my desire, my adventure. Kukwenda it's my nature. Oh, kukwenda is my pleasure. I go my taker. Kukweta my baby turn up. When I quit, my painkiller baby turn up. Baby do me. Ni waniba sekiro mwitu for the rest of my life. Njago kwenda mpaka. For the rest of my life. Njago kwenda mpaka. Follow you, I go follow. Open sika like a maginento. Color you, I go call you. Kapoka yo aseti. Wena kujole nka kombati. Ndiyo gadgeti. Nka fande na peneti. Mtima make it switch ya now connected. For the rest of my life.
Yo, alright, dear viewers, welcome back for a short musical break. Still AGAFIIRE Mwiki, MC God, Ambassador of a single alongside.
Alright, thank you so much, MC God. Ambassador Wabachi.
Our single.
Okay, welcome back from that commercial break, and thank you so much, Ambassador Wabasingo, and also Sports Messiah over there. You guys have names. You'll be a single guy forever, and you'll see how it is not fun to be an ambassador. Yeah, to be an ambassador of single people. Anyways, we've been playing for you Planet Aaron Ekisambi Kiaboli. And Moses Andama, you enjoyed the song. I saw.
I think
You already saying the vixen is your type. we are going to. I'm going to contact Planetarian tonight, so that he tells us who is the vixen Mukisambi Kiabori, because, And then we've been also playing Mpaka. That is Serena Tinain, all the way from Hoima. All right, ladies and gentlemen, by the time we went for the commercial break, we were speaking Matters Day. Because it is Matters Day tomorrow, we ought to talk about these things that have been happening in the news. So now, one of the things, the people that are so much in charge in Namugongo, one of the things that has been making headlines is they want the government to come out to be sure to make Namugongo, the shrine, a tourism site. They want the government to officialize it and also to look at how they can promote it. So it is high time for them to start benefiting from it and also getting cold cash in the bank.
Us who are going there during our primary tours, we should refund our money. It was not legal.
It was, you guys were already paying?
Yeah, we were paying. You go there, so each head 3,000. So I mean,
okay, I think it's something that they need is more of promotion. Yes, religious tourism. Actually, they were saying they needed to have religious tourism promoted in Uganda, and also they urged government to promote religious tourism tomorrow on Matters Day. At least for everyone that gets there, they should be able to pay something, definitely.
But I think the religious unless if they're saying they want the money is being made from the tourism at Namugongo to go direct to the pocket of, I don't know whether the religious side has a ministry.
They want it to be straight to them. And they are saying that money should be used to maintain the shrine, to keep on improving it.
So when I'm like a director of a school and I go there to book for my students, the money is paid to who? Because what I know, you go up to the shrines to book, meaning it's the church to pull up their stockings by trying to make sure like the money being received, it has clear accountability. Because schools have been going there all along. I remember I was in my Form 6, went there for a seminar, a geography seminar. But there was a certain photographer having this, not a tag, it's more like a pendant with a photo of the shrine on it.
Yeah.
He was on taking photos, and the money it was going to him. Meaning, and the photo, it was an express photo at 4,000 each peak. Meaning that the honor that they should say, maybe other people have not been benefiting from the money. Yeah,
definitely. By the time they are coming out to say that government should improve religious tourism, and also specifically they should promote tourism at the shrines. And also they were actually demanding for data-led marketing strategies so that they can increase their revenue to $1 billion
per year.
I don't know per what, but $1 billion.
But I think as
could be per year.
The people are fighting for the religious tourism to be improved. I think even us in Masindi, there are some things in tourism that have been improved.
Yeah.
Like this place where they say Kabalega fought with Sir Samuel Baker from.
It's
called the tourist site. The place called
Kiamulejo.
It's called the tourism site, but it's open. Even when I'm bypassing, I can access it. So I think even if the sculptures they made at the shrines are like that, maybe they should just put some wall fence in case for you to see like the way they do at Imparo tombs. To enter the Kabalega's tomb, you have to pay some kamani. So that's what they should do.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now moving forward, currently opposition retreats to discuss reforms. Now, this particular week, we saw the president signed quite a number of deals. He ascended quite a number of bills, and one of the bills that is currently a law in Uganda is the anti-homosexuality bill. You see, after a very, very long time, and also we want to, I think, to thank Asumani Basa Lirwa and also other players that managed to bring back this thing to book and also to record, to be sure that at least Uganda is free from homosexuality and also for it to become a crime. Last week, of course, the president appended a signature on that particular bill, and it is currently a law in Uganda. I don't know, what are your comments on that particular bill as I push to Moses?
Currently, like a person, I'm happy because I was not happy with that act. But then on another side, there are some
You weren't happy with the act?
the act of homosexuality.
The act. I was worried. You weren't happy with the act, the bill itself.
The bill being signed, I have no problem with it.
Moses.
They're protecting our norms and culture. That's good. The president is trying to protect the future. Because if you have to see, like, most people practicing it are the youths. So if the president has come out to sign the bill, meaning our youths are being protected. But another thing which we are supposed to face, there are people are being oppressed.
Okay.
What I know, like, the bill has been signed, but we shall not kick out homosexuals out of Uganda. People will be there in their houses, marry each other. Actually, there are some countries that are legalizing them. Some will move to the States, they get married, get citizenship, and then they won't come back to Uganda.
All right.
And another thing, actually, you know Ugandans will joke a lot. There is that trend that has been moving around on social media that fear women, fear women.
Yeah, fear women, fear women. Women are not meant to be feared.
They are meant to be respected.
Yeah.
But some Ugandans are saying that
take time, 5 minutes to fear women.
Actually,
have you been in the have you taken time off to fear women?
Actually, Ugandans are saying, since the caption was LGBTQ, for them LGBTQ they normally think of lesbians only. So they were saying people in Uganda advocating for fear women, that every person advocating for it is a gay. You know, Ugandans will joke a lot, but actually what I know, the LGBTQ bill and the homosexuality and anti-homosexuality are all moving hand in hand. And actually, if I was near the president, I would buy for him a soda, because the guy saved us from a lot of things.
All right, thank you so much, Sigad. Let me cross over to Moses and Dama, and also maybe probably your opinion on the reforms, and also these bills that were ascended by the president. Starting with the anti-homosexuality bill, what is it for Uganda? Is it game over with the European engagement in Uganda's business? Is it game over for the white man on the black soil?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it has been quite long that bill has been kept. President was still thinking on what to do, but he already had his side, and he knew what exactly he was going to do. And finally, it came out that he signed.
Did it come out of, do you think this is something that came out of public pressure, or the president was actually taking his time to make
Definitely
the right decision?
We saw it in parliament being brought for several times, but still they could say, President, let's wait for president's final decision on it. And he has come out.
And all Ugandans were on tenterhooks just waiting for the president.
Actually. So he has signed it. And to me, I think that was the best. Because they are saying we have been there and we are still living, even without the support of those donors who are supporting. Canada came out some time back and said if Uganda is to sign it, they will actually remove their support. So those people say no. Even if Canada is to, and the other European countries are to remove their aids from Uganda, still Ugandans will live and they will continue. So this issue of homosexuality, I don't think that the president is signing shall actually stop people from doing it. I think it will just limit and actually
and create fear.
Create fear to stop it being
of put in public.
That is the only thing. But people will continue doing it the way they have been doing it. I don't see any different. I don't see any different.
I haven't
because
seen a man
I have
in
never
Uganda
seen someone
that has come out public to say I'm homosexual.
Exactly. It is even hard to get some of those people who are practicing it. So they have been practicing it and they will continue practicing it. But I think it will only create fear and also prevent people from doing it publicly, because people will come and say, now president has accepted it, let us just practice it. Even you see people on open places, wherever, but that one will as well as create fear and also limit some of those youth and whatever, those idle people from going to use their own fellows.
All right, thank you so much. Now, speaking also on the electoral reforms, this is something that has been making headline this particular week, and we saw that the opposition actually had a retreat, and the Honorable Chagulanyi, who has the biggest numbers in opposition, that is in the National Unity Platform, he came out and said that these kinds of discussion and reforms are a catalyst to democracy. But then what happens when we're in a country that these things are not viable? They do not work. That yes, the reforms can be there, but it is a wastage of time. It is actually something that is not going to work. Now, how timely is this kind of discussion at this point? Honestly, because at the point where should we put it that the president has already swept the opposition, just like he said that opposition, I will sweep it, all of it. Is it true that because currently the FDC, we are not hearing a lot of relevancy, and then the National Unity Platform, where we had a lot of fire in the beginning, currently it is fire down. I mean, what is it for this kind of discussion?
Thank you. Uganda actually, as a country, democratically, I think it is just by name or constitution, because this thing of democracy, I don't see those people putting it on practice like how it sounds. These reforms have been here for quite long, and the oppositions have never been actually in support of that. Because for them, they say the majority, that's the ruling government, they always decide and dictate on those reforms. They are minority, and the ruling government has many representatives. However much opposition may come out with their own, it can't sound. But we have seen political actually oppositions. They were talking of FDCs. FDC during the reign of Kano Kiza Besije was very strong compared to actually the current president, that Amuriat Oboy. Very many FDC. It even brought separation among some FDC. You saw some crossing to alliance. Those who were anti-Omo, DC Amuriat, they said no for us. Now we are going to another political party, because for us we thought Kano Kiza Besije was the best candidate ever.
And so then we are in a situation where Norbert Mao was for the DP, one of actually the oldest party,
and he's given a position as a minister. So those are just things people are actually saying there is no any political actually opposition, a strong opposition here in Uganda who can come out and say, though Kyagulanyi is there, but it is still...
He's only struggling. All right, let me get to MC Gad. Uganda being branded as democratic, more especially in the president's speech. But you can do few things in Uganda that are relevant. I mean, all you can do in Uganda is to do TikTok. That one, you have the freedom. You can say all sorts of things that you want.
I won't say that we end democratic, because if after every 5 years we're having elections,
MC God.
I'm not siding with either the ruling party or the opposition. But we have freedom to do things. But remember, our freedom has limits. Remember, even...
And who gives the freedom?
The Constitution sets the freedom is supposed to have. So you cannot come up, because you have the freedom, you speak some ill words against the ruling party, and you think they won't discipline you. But if I come up, I do my like I've said, doing TikTok videos. We have seen like TikTokers, like they make it seems too funny. They are people of opposition, but they have never attacked the ruling party. They're still doing their thing. But these others who attacked, they are fearing they are fearing. Some of them fled from the country. They even have fear of returning to the country. Another thing, you have talked about the opposition splitting up. One thing with the opposition leaders, themselves, they don't have unity. I remember when the NUP candidate Kyagulanyi Ssentamu came up and said, if we are to win, let's come up with one candidate. That's why I'm seeing right now we're having there's team. If you go to NRM, they have team MK. He hasn't come up to say he's coming under NRM, meaning he may come as an independent, knowing for him
he already has his cabinet.
He knows if we are to come under NRM, both of us, we shall split the votes. Now, if the opposition leaders had come up, the FDC never had a stronghold. Their stronghold, they had Kiza Besije, had to stand down. And Mugisha Muntu, those were the strongholds, they also had to split up the wanted power. But if they had come up, they say, let us sit as the opposition leaders, we choose one candidate, we send. They would get a bigger percentage. Because if you have to see, NUP tried to come and set a record among the opposition leaders who have been there. Meaning, if they had worked hand in hand, like what Andama said about Amuriat, or the Amuriat himself, he failed to rule Soroti as a city or a municipality. So he can't rule a country. Because when he was an MP...
You're skeptical about...
No, I've been studying from that I have like live truth. He had constructed border stages with the sheds. When he went off the MP seat, he had to come and uproot all the sheds.
Himself?
He got people that had to uproot. He had bought tents for the place. He had to withdraw the tent and the seats. Meaning what he had done, that was showing he's not a good leader. Yeah, I now have been leading, even if I fail to come back again.
At least we can be remembered for that.
Yeah, we can see like the former MP of Bujenji. She did lots of stuff for the people of Bujenji, but when she never went back to the parliament as an MP, she did not withdraw them. Bintu Jalia was a woman MP for years. She has been helping students, especially girls, giving them scholastic materials, but she never went back to those people saying, give me back my money.
No wonder her commercial building is still standing in town. We thought maybe she would demolish it at the end of the day.
No, all but right. that's taking things personal.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, MC Gada. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is AGAFIIRE mu wiki. Of course, hano tubantu bahereza agogona AGAFIIRE okwo nitugeze okubolekya biki byenyini ebibaye nibikora amahure rundi amakuru omu weekend omu biro binu byona. All right. Actually, you want to say something?
Yeah. You're turning me into a political analyst. I'm leaving my side of entertainment. I just have like 2 headlines that I've been going through this week.
Yeah.
One of them, we saw one of our photographers, Tuli Kuchi, coming up with some posts trying to bring out his grief. But when the grief went beyond him, he was like, no, I wasn't speaking about anyone. But though he was trying to show he's the big dog in graphics in Masindi, but then there's some comment that came in saying that you ain't the big dog because you have ever done for me poor quality work at a free cost. I don't know how true that comment is. I'm going to dig more on it.
Poor quality work
at a free cost. The commenter was like, I just keep the work not to show it to the public because I respect your privacy. And even, I don't know whether this is on the side of the entertainment about, I think this coming week, that's when we're having our coronation, the 29th coronation. Actually, everyone is happy. Our king is making his 29th coronation as the king of Bunyoro. And the vibe is so high.
Yeah, but by the way, I like the fact that you brought up the coronation of the king. And that is a very good discussion right here. You see, we've had issues of Kabalega, Kabale. You know, everything is just about Kabalega. I mean, can't we come out with at least a tagline to say that
no.
Fabusa?
Actually, even the name itself cannot form any tagline.
No, okay, should we not mind about the name or what the name means, and mind about the person? Because I feel the king is in a position where he is not being recognized as a king.
No.
Therefore, they are spearheading someone that died.
Elijah, yes, Kabalega. Actually, I'm supporting the people spearheading Kabalega. Kabalega did lots of things for Bunyoro. Actually, he fought for our land. He's the person who never wanted Bunyoro to be colonized. But if you're to see, in the reign of Iguru, there's nothing like he has brought up. If I'm to compare Buganda and Bunyoro, Bunyoro gave birth to Buganda, not so? But the king has put there things for Buganda. They have a university. I think Buganda Royal was chartered into a university. They have a television for the kingdom. They have an Airtel line, that K2. They have a brewery for the kingdom, Ngule. They have a newspaper for their kingdom. They have, actually, among all the kingdoms, they have the best headquarters for their kingdom.
They have all. They are in all sectors.
Yeah, the queen of Uganda, she carries out sensitization to the girl child. But our queen of Bunyoro, she's there. She's enjoying her comfort zone in Karuzika. if people start heading, if they were saying Kabalega leg, they are right. The time of Kabalega was in, he never had a lot of resources. All the resources, they were minerals, but he had to protect them. Actually, he was sure that he was a wise man. He came up with he made guns to fight the whites. Meaning, if Kabalega was to rule Bunyoro in this digital era, far away, yeah.
So in other words, you would still advocate for the thing of
Yeah.
Kabalega.
Yeah.
All right, let me cross to Moses and the sports major and also Westernized ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah, Moses, I was in Westernized this particular week, and I appreciated that you people are good at doing a bit of follow. Yeah, and I think this is something that is keeping you guys also in the system.
True.
Yeah, follow and fish.
Yes.
These are things that are very prominent in your land. So when you're moving along, let us say, Kafu, yeah, Kafu, you reach somewhere there, I don't know, when you get into Luwero,
Nakasongola.
you find a lot of pineapples, chomo, what, and then when I was in West Nile, that is Ned in particular, all they could bring at the taxi was a small fish.
Muchomo.
Mujomo, yeah, Mujomo.
For those small fish.
I asked myself, like, honestly, okay, everyone has, okay, there are about 5 ladies to 10, they're all coming to one drone like this. How are you going to eat all that fish? Only fish in particular. But all that will be, that is just a by the way. It will be a story of another day.
Yes.
And now getting back to how people popularize Mukama Kabalega, yet this particular month we're going to have the 29th coronation. I feel there are people that, young people actually, to go and carry out a survey in most of the primary schools, they do not know the current king, but they will assure you they know Kabalega. I mean, and we downplaying the role of the king in the Bunyoro by popularizing film Kabalega.
Actually, thank you very much. This issue of culture and also kings. We have seen kings in some other regions like in Buganda, in Toro, Ankole, and those people actually, the way how they respect their kings are different from the way how others do respect theirs in respective regions. Now, on this issue of Kabalega, that's the former king, actually, and also the current one. Well, people have been talking it openly that even the king himself does not respect himself. There are some allegations that even the king could come even openly in the public. Sometimes he goes and that here in Kidura, the king could even go and take him alua. People talking about the king. So this is one of really signs to show that people don't respect their kings. So what should be done? I think more sensitization and actually awareness should be passed to people to know about their kings. It should be done through actually their leaders. We have different people in their positions who normally actually go and represent the kingdom. We have the MPs here for the district. We have, so they have to educate those young ones. Maybe if it implies introducing some of those topics concerning kingdoms in primaries and secondaries, so that people can come and know the history and how respect can be accorded to their king. I think that one will be better alternative.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Mother Sandama. Amzigad, our time is fast spent, but just in a second.
That sensitizing. One I know, when we were in senior one, we learned about kingdoms in Uganda. And another thing, it's not all about, it's about the current king to come out and say, I've done such and such a thing. We remember Kabalega because of what? If you had seen all the various schools around, all those schools are for the deceased kings. The team also come out, he puts up a school in his, I think, at least there, we shall remember him. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that highlight. It wasn't part of the conversation, but at least we've been in position to deliver on that. So some other thing is that you are leveraging ICT to boost revenue collection. Yeah, you see, currently URA has introduced what we call the e-freeze. More especially, those are electronic receipts. And they're actually advising all the businesses to be in position to have systems accounting systems, that whenever you've sold an item, let us say the shops of buy and sell, when you sell an item, someone should get an electronic receipt that has an indication of URA. So that actually means URA has directly gotten its token already. And this is something they're really trying to push within the masses. They have also gone ahead to create their portal that when you have that receipt given to you, post it. That they are going to also award the winners for this particular thing. Now, URA that is continuing to collect the taxes out of the Ugandans, I want us to look at it in the perspective of what does URA give back apart from taking. URA, is it only taking, or we are seeing some tangible benefits that URA is really giving community?
Actually, first of all, I'll thank them. That's a good initiative. Because even there's where those electronic receipts look more decent. And I think there are some people who have been getting TIN numbers, they fail to debose their taxes. So URA is saying, if when it's a small scale business, you register yourself, they log you into the system. Even if I sell a kilogram of sugar and I'm to receipt it, they'll get the tax. There are some businesses that are in town here, and you may be knowing some of the people. Once they know this week URA is coming,
they'll close down.
They'll close down the business. They accept to make losses like for 2 or 3 weeks. So URA is doing a good initiative, but you've posed the question, what are they giving back to us? Like there's something that we're supposed to accept. There are some bodies that are in the country that are meant just to take in, not to give out. They'll tell you that we are giving out, we are employing people. That's the only thing they can do. And maybe there's what we call in geography, there are some advantages they would bring. They say that about a factory, maybe like tourism, importance of tourism industry, employment opportunities directly and indirectly. For directly, like we shall have office attendants, managers, accountants in those offices. Then indirectly, these people have where they not be from. Let me give you an example of Masindi. In from Masindi, they'll rent someone's house.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll go to a place to buy stuff. So that's how they're giving. But the giving they're bringing to us is in a small quantity. But this initiative, I think it will only work out. It may work out for big scale businesses. Because there are some places, someone has and actually in towns, in urban centers, but in rural areas may not work out.
For example, someone, let us say, even if they're in the village, even if it's a big business, but you'll find rare businesses that have accounting systems. In villages, people will use the local way of recording in the book.
I can create if it's, people in rural areas fear rules more than people in urban areas. They may say, they make the systems, but then network. The thing uses networking. There are some places with poor network.
A server computer actually that is connected to the internet full time.
So the network, the person may be able to get the data to run everything, but then the network will be poor. To print out one receipt like for 30 minutes, the person will give up and say, no.
Let me just turn down this.
And that thing they're saying of posting, meaning the winner will be the person who will overpost. I can post the same receipt.
Sure. Maybe it has different digits somehow.
Maybe they are following the serial number. But in Uganda, everything is possible. People make their own receipts. I think those receipts are like these slips that come out when you go to a banking agent. The ones they're talking about.
In the supermarkets.
Meaning, a Ugandan can do anything. So that thing of posting, they just want to make it more enticing that I'll win at the end of the year. But you may find yourself, you're posting to win, someone may have an expenditure which will be more than what he or she is going to win.
All right, let me cross to Moses a little bit. Moses, I'm not going to be in position to ask you about the issues of URA. But this is also something that has caught our attention. You see, the private sector has been applauded of being very, very creative in the industry. And it has managed to leverage the issue of unemployment. Most of the young people, most of the people in Uganda are employed by the private sector. It is on record that about 30% of the Ugandans are actually people that are employed by the government. What happens to the 70%? So all that has been credited to the formal sector. Now, 85, okay, the formal employment has grown from 85% to 92%. What is your take when government is not in position to empower or to employ its own citizens and it just has a 30%?
Thank you very much. I think government, one, it depends on currently the situation where we are in, and also when you try to now this one will come to comparison of early 90s and the 70s during those days, because this issue of employing and the private being ahead of government employing, you know, in most cases, even those government officials have been preaching the gospel that guys, what you have to do is you just go and create your own jobs. Don't be job seekers. You have to apply. You have that knowledge of entrepreneur where you can start your own business and also employ others. So government, fine. We are seeing that they have 30% and the private has 70%. Basing on this government, the economy of Uganda, I think we still lack enough, and much is needed.
Much needs to be done.
Basically, we rely on funds from outside countries, and whenever those things come, we don't see opportunities being given, maybe to youth or any other people to be employed. The few who have been in the system just rotate around. So the issue of actually private sector being ahead of government shall still remain.
Okay.
I don't see it actually going or
down
changing
or whatsoever.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Moses Sandama. But also getting back to MC Gad, the issue of unemployment is an alarming discourse in this particular country. But also we have young people that are not in position to deliver on their job sometimes. And more especially, getting a job is hard.
Yeah.
But also maintaining the job when you get it, I think it is times too hard.
Yeah, actually, first of all, why the private sector has higher percentage? When government brings out its bids, they put in a lot of qualifications and credentials you're supposed to get. Let's say
you should have this.
They want like business administrators to work at the district and the division level. They will tell you we need someone with 5 years experience. And our education system, someone has started from nursery to P7. These days there's middle, that's roughly 10 years in primary. Then 6 years of second, that is 16. Then other 3 years at university. Those are 19 years just at school. And that person just a graduate, you need that person to have an experience of 4 years, which won't happen. But in the private sector, for actual private sectors, for them, they normally consider you went to which university. Is it accredited? That's when they give you. And even in the private sector, the payments come in early. Mostly in private sector, like 3 days to the end of the month, people are getting their money. But now the government sector, especially teachers, they hear them crying that our money. Then the third week of the new month.
Okay.
So I know government should first put spot checks in its employment criteria. Even another thing, government is full of ghost workers. You will find I come like maybe I'm the car of Masindi. I see there's a department which has a lot of money flow in it. Then they create ghost workers. Government will keep on knowing it's employing people, yet people aren't there. And even another thing depends on how government makes its decisions.
Okay.
Actually, during the morning I was traveling from Boyali. I was in bus. Then they had put on Radio 7. They were reading out the news. The chairperson of the Central Division, Mr. Bongo Min, he was saying they want to come up with an initiative that waste management in the town has become a problem. They want to privatize waste management. Like if, let's say it's in front of my workplace, the waste, I'm the one supposed to pay the person picking it. And what I know, if they're to privatize it, most people at the council will get unemployed. Now I think the percentage of unemployed people is increasing. And it was like, we want to get companies which we shall work with hand in hand. Meaning these companies, they're going to work with hand in hand. They will be their people. So for these other guys who have been disposed of, where will they go? Also, government should first look at some things when they're bringing in new initiatives to the country. Because others are good. Now, like, they brought in the new curriculum.
Okay.
For schools. But if you are to see this new curriculum, the old teachers don't know it. And some government schools are dropping these old teachers and they're opting to bring in other guys. And for the private schools, for them, they're also dropping off teachers. Meaning, before government comes up with initiatives, they should first look, if we bring up this initiative, what will it help the Ugandans? Because it may come when it is helping the Ugandans. But in the long run, you'll find yourself, you're oppressing the Ugandans. So the private sector, we may say it is booming very well. And another thing, even people in the private sectors know how to handle their workers.
Yeah.
You can't tell me the doctors requested for salary increment. The president had to refuse. They had to ferry in Cuban doctors. Meaning, if a doctor gets a chance to work out of Uganda on a private level, those people will go.
That's right.
Yeah. So the also government should first look at it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, MC Gado, our viewers that are watching us live on Welcome TV. This is AGAFIIRE Wiki. Of course, we always do this kind of analysis on all these headlines, so you get to understand our opinions. And also, probably, if you feel you see things the way we see them, you can be in position to use the comment section to let us know where you are watching from, but also to let us know what is your opinion on this particular headlines that we do address in these particular episodes. Now, away from that, we had an attack on the UPDF in Somalia. I don't know. Let's start with Moses. Yeah, on that attack in Somalia, and then the president, while he was speaking in his previous, while he was speaking in the previous, wherever he was, I'm forgetting what that technical thing is called, but while he was speaking, he put that attack on corruption. He says some of the UPDF are involving themselves in corruption, and that is probably the reason as to why they were attacked. So in his opinion, I think what I got to understand is there could have been a leak of, hey, these people are in such and such a place, this is what they are doing, now you can be able to do it, to have this attack done on them. So our soldiers being in Somalia, and also for us not being in position to save them, while they are really suffering death. What does it mean for the country? What does it mean for our security?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, the issue of UPDF has been actually a topic of discussion amongst all citizens who are concerned and who are patriots, who love their country and everyone. People are asking many questions. Why is Uganda not withdrawing actually its forces from Somalia? Why should they keep them all the time? Because it is not the first time for UPDF to be killed in Somalia. They go there, and the lucky ones normally come back. If you are lucky, you come back. And after there, we have seen those soldiers, the president might be knowing, because he has his people who go there and do assessment. They make research to establish what could be the root cause for all those catastrophe that occurred for the UPDF to be killed like that. Ugandan soldiers have actually been in Somalia for quite long, and they are not new. They know those territories, and also they are one of the most feared forces in Africa. But what happened of recent has actually brought panic and fear among its people. But if the president is to say that there is actually corruption issues, he might have known, because corruption is in different ways. There might be an intruder who has entered maybe into that thing, but it also depends on who is the current commander. Right now it is Okiding, who is right now. We had the Loket was killed. He was named the Lion of Mogadishu. The man was very strong, and actually those Al-Shabaabs were nowhere to be seen. But just within a few years, we have seen Ugandans being killed but it is really too bad for us. But we cannot come out and say that it is corruption, but they have to investigate and find the truth, because those al-Shabaabs have not just been dangerous within this few period of time. They have been there before, and they know how they can attack. They can go for some years, they lax a bit when they're actually planning to come for the next move. And what they have done really, it has costed a lot for us as a country, and we shall really regret.
Thank you so much, Modest. And then on the spot, Leslie, let me be in position to have MC guard so that we are in position to get out of here.
Actually,
the UPDF being killed in Somalia, and also the country consistently sending them, because it is on us, the Ugandans. Yeah, whatever the protocol is right there, but the Ugandans just like us.
The Ugandans just like us.
Have the soldiers in these roads.
Like the president coming up saying it's corruption causing the killings, I won't agree with him. Because sometimes
you want or you want?
I won't.
You want?
Yeah, actually, sometimes we put everything on corruption for nothing. Those soldiers getting killed, it may have been not even corruption, you know, like there's what we call ratting on each other, like leaking out information. Maybe like I say, we are here hosts of Elcom Television, then something happens within us, and we decide to keep it within us. Then one person gives it to another media house to broadcast it. So you may find that in this, remember when those people go there, soldiers go there in Somalia with different motives. Not everyone has gone there for peacekeeping. Because in hearsay, people say some just apply to go there to get money. So if someone gets to a rebel camp and they tell him, you know what, we are going to give you such and such amount of money, and the person sees if they're sending that money to the family, they say, they say like such and such a time we shall come and attack. That person, they will attack when it's there. The person may fight hard and survive, then come back. So even before Uganda taking soldiers there, actually there are some things we see in white, maybe sometimes people see in movies where they put you on this machine, they start asking you questions to see like whether, some people call it the lying machine, whether you're lying or not. Uganda should start adopting such a thing. They should just thinking those things are for whites. Because me, I'll come and pay, I go there to Somalia, not on an aim of being a peacekeeper, but just if I pay that like 2M, I'm going to spend that 6 months, then they return me to Uganda. In those 6 months, I should return to Uganda something 100M. So meaning, I'll do anything possible to gain money from them. And what Mr. Andama was saying, that when the UPDF was being led by, there was Katumba Amala, killings were in many. Then the Lion of Mogadishu came in, killings were in many. Then the current commander who is there. You may find each commander comes with different tactics on how to keep his battalions there. So these tactics may be new, which may come with a disadvantage. If you are to relate it to the sports side, let me say a team may have been performing poorly, then they bring in a coach. A coach will come with a different philosophy. That philosophy may work for the team when the coach is there. But when a new coach comes in, they have to switch their philosophy. So these commanders may be having different philosophies on how they are leading the army. And we as Ugandans should just keep on praying for our brothers and sisters in Somalia to be safe. Because you know, like they're out there on it's called African Mission, something like that. Is abbreviated like AMISOM. Remember that they are there putting their lives on the line to protect people who are not the asset of their country. So we should pray for them. But then even the president, we should try to improve on how those people go there. Sometimes there are some videos they send on news. You see their camps are not that good.
I was actually, that is why most of the people were actually saying that why isn't the government popularizing this thing? So you look at the pictures that are trying to, I don't want to say leak, but you find honestly, these are people that are being paid.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are sending Ugandans to stay in that kind of... but anyway, I'm not surprised because if you've gone to the bush, to fight you don't expect to sleep.
No, not 5-star hotels, but if you are to see when the Al Jazeera guys are covering the NATO forces, you see the way their camp is set. It's more of a real fortress or a barracks. That whether they're just makeshift houses, but the surroundings are good for that security. But you won't tell me just come and find like a small thicket, clear it and sleep there. Attacking will be easy. And you may sleep, you are in like a small thicket, people will just come and set fire around you. So even when the country sending our brothers and sisters outside there, they should first see where they're going to camp. Is it good? Yes, they've been in Somalia for years. But even the years they've been there, these terrorists also keep on advancing each year. The tactics they used during the reign of Katumba Wamala and the land of Mogadishu won't be the same. And even another thing, Ugandans, we are taken to have the second army on the artillery side in the whole of Africa. But then if, what I know, most terrorists, they don't have aerial army. They attack on ground. So we should also try to improve. If you like the national TV UBC can have just drones for footage, why can't they have drones that are doing surveillance where our brothers are?
All right, that is a good question. Why can't we have drones to see where our MF is? I think that is a good one moving forward, because if the government is actually choosing to invest all these funds in the army, then let us see what it is actually going to do. Let us have those drones.
Because the president says, like the biggest share of the budget
is going
to the forces.
All right, thank you so much, Amsiga. Thank you so much, Moses and Dama, for this particular analysis on this news or AGAFIIRE wiki. Ladies and gentlemen, our time is really fast spent, and I must say we are not going to exceed this particular time. We've been doing an outdoor show, and for those that are watching us, you can look at the weather keeps on changing a little bit, and then our backgrounds keep on darkening, so we do not want to leave this place while we are dark. Yeah, at least the ambassador of singles. Yeah, should remain a little light.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, but I can see on the screen.
On the screen, I'm somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah, big ups to the producer for bleaching me on the screen. Actually.
They should meet you physically.
Yeah. Actually, I still need my reign for being the ambassadors of the singles. So people commenting, don't ask for my number for other things. Just ask it for business. I'm still enjoying my reign as the ambassador of the singles.
All right. Thank you so much, Sigad. Moses and Dama, I want to wish you a very, very good week. Yeah, while you're right there, probably the weekend has started. I don't know how you're going to spend it.
Looking for the vixen.
Looking for the vixen of Sunday.
Yeah, boy.
You have to.
All right, I'm going to get in touch with Planetarium to be sure they give you the Kisa and the Kiaboli vixen.
Yeah.
All right, the producer, Daniel Mayanja, and Kajux.
The Pop,
Karain.
Karain.
Camera. All right, that is Geoffrey Kajura. Thank you so much for having us on this particular episode. And then our viewers, thank you so much for keeping it live on Welcome TV. We want to wish you a very, very good week. Tomorrow you can catch all our shows. That is in the SDA Church, and then on Sunday you can also follow us. That is in St. Jude Catholic Church, and also at Kisita Gospel Center Church. That said and done, we want to wish you a very, very good evening and